All right, let's get started on some invitational finals tonight. I'm just going to get the word out for everyone. Let's get some Twitter. Let's get some Discord. This is Chris from GM Games. And we got the artwork from the Cancun final here. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to send this to Slack. See if we can get, I don't know, 5 people, 5, 10 people. That'd be all right. And I'm looking and I don't see the, I thought I had music that plays. Maybe that is not set up right now. All right, a couple more things here. All right, audio or not, music or not, we're still going to go forward. Couple last invitations going out. And I think maybe with this update, I lost that music that goes on the stream as well. So it's going to be a lot more me talking tonight. All right, I don't think I have some background music noise tonight. Yeah, definitely not. This new version of Streamlabs, I think it took that away. So I'll just do a lot of chatter and you're going to have to hear me talk. So these are the invitational tournaments. We're into the season 2023 of the CBGM. And right now we just had the NIT final. We had the 2K Classic wrap up at the start of the season, and we had a winner of, I think Kansas was a winner over Ohio State in the NIT. I can't remember offhand, but we have a couple games on tap tonight. The Cancun Challenge is the artwork I usually use, but it's not the better game. The better game is going to be Xavier versus Alabama, the number 4 ranked versus unranked Alabama at 3-0. And with that in mind, I'll put the game on here. So yeah, we have a couple of previews. I think based on this order, Xavier Alabama might go first. Preview, we got Xavier 8-point favorite. Alabama is happy to be here. They're going to be playing, and their team's scoring is up there. So looks like a lot of defense from Xavier. Samuel will play. He had a sore foot. He's a superstar. He's expected to go top 5 in the NBA draft from this league. And our second game is Georgia Utah State. So I'm not going to waste any time because I don't have the background music and stuff. So let's get right to the action here. And some people are getting a little sneak peek of how their day is going to go if you're in the CBGM. All right, so next one up, these should be the live games. Yeah, we got Xavier. We got Alabama. We have the Wolverine Studios Midwest Classic coming up first. So be AI controlled, each team. Feel free to ask me any questions in chat or keep me company. I don't have any music now. All right, so Vernon Harris, guy who's always complaining, but yet he has not gone pro. Bart Tubbs, he's another great recruit. He's stuck around. Robert Samuel is the new superstar of the Xavier Musketeers. Alabama Crimson Tide, best scoring players are Tarkanian and Brazel right now this year. Well, Smiley at center. So that could be a position that exploits Xavier is at the center position. All right, and with that, we are going to just double check that there's nothing stopping us here. And we're tipping off. And the audio, there's none for the game just because I'm on a Mac and it does not do that. So right off the bat, Bama takes the lead, 2 points. These invitational tournaments, they end up contributing a lot to the top 25. If you're looking at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see some oddities there from Davidson making the leap into the top 10. They did have a great tournament win, though. Take nothing away from them. But you're going to see some names like Northern Iowa, other teams that are in the finals. In this one, we got Bama out to a quick lead, up 6, 3 minutes in. Vernon Harris just doesn't seem to want to graduate, but good enough to go pro. So definitely a guy that keeps Xavier's talent together. Smiley is punishing them in the post right now. Almost feels like you need to switch Samuel over onto Smiley to contain him. Samuel is a guy that cleans up the boards. Something like, I don't know, 14 rebounds a game right now. And Samuel with a dunk. So there you go. That's how the Xavier offense runs. We got a man-to-man D here from Xavier. Bama running no set offense. And right now, Bama's hanging tough. Dombrowski, Prokop misses a three. Samuel hitting a three. So that's the talent we're getting from the power forward Indy MVP. Showing his versatility and his range from the inside and outside. Bama will be happy if they get to the half with a lead in this one. So right now, Xavier is hitting the long range shots as of late. And Smiley with the steal at that center position. We got Dombrowski with a deep jumper. And Johnson answers there with a 3-point. Oh, Bart Tubbs, couple free throws off the foul. So Xavier has turned around that 10-2 run from Bama to start the game. Bama's dropping into a 1-2-2 zone here. And Samuel is making his shots. Putting on a show, live show for everyone who's wondering what's the Indy MVP like. So we got turnovers happening here between the teams. Teams are going a little cold now shooting. Yeah, what's up, Desired? Sorry, my background music's not playing, but you get to hear me. But so it's good to have someone in the chat, have a conversation with. We get to see Robert Samuel. I get to see this guy in the Big East, what he's up to. scary guy to go against the moment he's kind of controlling Alabama. And ironically, it was just so close for Michigan in their sweepstakes for Robert Samuel last year. Came down to the last pitch. That pitch was, I believe, playing time, no, prestige. It was a prestige pitch from Xavier with a location pitch from Michigan. Or I could be wrong. It might have, they both might have tried prestige, but location was not the winner in this case. Xavier having come off a finals appearance, they were able to use that to their advantage here with Robert Samuel. Bobby Sams. And Bama's hanging around this one. They take the lead. Big three-pointer from Kevin Craig. Playing time chalk is a sham. At least I learned that this year. It worked the other years. I had no depth. Threw that one out there. Ended up scooping a couple of players. It was really quite random. They weren't even into me. But had no centers at Crichton. That playing time pitch did quite well. Um, it really all depends on the players, I guess. And Bama's still hanging in there, putting on a good show here in the Wolverine Studios Midwest Classic, but it looks like the logo gets replaced by a Hall of Fame Classic, and it's in KC at the Sprint Center. Samuel with both the free throws, he was fouled. And we got Harris grabbing boards. This is a deep team here with Tubbs, Harris, and Samuel. 13 points in the half here in the final. Now, this is definitely the best game of the night. The next one, I'm not too familiar with either team, but just the thought of imagining being in Cancun is enough for me to want to do that one. Uh, was busy last night, so I skipped over the Maui Invitational. Not the greatest teams. All right, we're at the half. We have Xavier up 5. We got Samuel doing his thing, hitting free throws, getting rebounds, a couple steals to go with it, and a block. So he's not turning the ball over. He's productive. He's the player of the half so far. Smiley, probably the bright spot right now for Alabama. He hasn't missed a shot, grab board. So we'll go to the second half of this invitational tournament final. And what's all happening here? Smiley's getting his team out to a good start. But we got Xavier now up 9 points in this one. Yeah, it seems like those superstars you might as well just add double, and that's their kind of consistent numbers all the time. Now, watching some of these live sims, I've seen some different games now. Probably live sim more than I've ever had in this game in my life. Seen some really interesting things. Uh, Definitely Oregon's performances with Kevin Price have been great. Um, Couple good overtime classics with Georgetown. Um, Invitational tournaments have been kind of meh. Like they've been all right. Um, Good comebacks in a couple games. Iowa seems to win an invitational tournament per year. They did quite well in the past. Their games were interesting to watch. Vernon Harris for 3. Xavier's stretching this lead now. Up 15 points in this game. And it's looking like Bart Tubbs is adding that lead. It's 18 points now. Smiley's still out there trying to keep his team in it. But we have a padded stat line. If you're looking at the bottom left here, we got Johnson, Tubbs, Harris, and Samuel all in double digits. And Dearborn hits a jumper. Alabama trying to keep in the game. Samuel with the turnover. Here's a chance possibly for Alabama to get back in this. Dearborn with another deep jumper. So he's got the last 4 points for Alabama. Bart Tubbs, though, hits a three. Puts a finger up to his mouth. Silences the crowd. The Alabama faithful. It's starting to stretch now. We're at 21-point lead here. And right now, it's Xavier that continues to add to the lead. All right, and Xavier still has a 21-point lead right now. Xavier's warning Samuel. He's working the refs. It's a blowout right now. We got a 23-point lead. The game is chopping right now. So I don't know if I'm doing other stuff on the computer. I better stop doing that. And this game is choppy. So sooner it ends, the better, I guess. 18 points, not the worst. It was over 20 earlier. Maybe Bama can still make some sort of run, get it under 10. But we got Vernon Harris adding to the score. It looks like right now, um, possible full bench in for Xavier. These toasters are going slow. Six minutes left. All right, it's a 20-point lead. Sorry, I'm multitasking, so definitely need to keep the flow of the game and play-by-play going here. Seeing why these toasters are a little slow right now. Hopefully the next game's not like this. And we're almost over in this one. It's an 18-point lead right now for Xavier. Alabama kept it close in the first half. First 10 minutes, they took a lead. Brazel's adding some points here for his team. We got the starters back in for Xavier. The balanced team between Johnson, Tubbs, Harris, and Samuel are back out there. Last two. 26 to go. Okay, so 1 minute to go. The sooner this thing wraps up, the more my computer is not going to choke on the game. And we got one more final to go. A team that I'm not too familiar with in Utah State in the Mountain West Conference, and also Georgia in the SEC. They're going heads up in Cancun. And we're almost wrapped up in this one, and it looks like Xavier's going to win by 21 points tonight. And we wrap it up with a 23-point lead, and that's your final. Xavier wins this invitational tournament to start the year. They flexed a little bit of their muscle tonight. We watched Xavier knock off the Alabama Crimson Tide in this one. Hey, Breeze, how's it going? Some CBGM tonight, just showing some of the league games. Game's acting real slow right now. Can't explain why. We got one more live one to do. So just want to make sure there's nothing weird running on the computer. All right. All right, so one more to go. Georgia, Utah State. We're going to get into this game next, and we're going to move along in the schedule. Yeah, it's going all right. Oh, it's going fine for you. How you're doing? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had a birthday weekend, couple of weeks, so it's been fun. I know you had something as well. Um, Congratulations again on that. All right, so we're going to get to the starting lineup on this is Georgia and Utah State playing in this invitational final of the Cancun uh, Classic. I think it's at the Hard Rock Hotel. I didn't even know they had a basketball court there, but apparently they do. Best players, Ronnie Ravenel for Georgia. Best player here, Waldrop, Utah State. This guy can score. And they have some strength in the post. But Damon Waldrop looks like to be the best player here. Can he carry Utah State over Georgia in this one? So we got the Cancun floor out there. And here we go. We're going to try to get this one underway. A battle between an SEC team and a Mountain West team. The thing is, in basketball, any team can win on any given day. If this was a football matchup, college football, I wouldn't say Mountain West has too much of a chance with the SEC ever. Um, so right now, Philip McCulpin is, I can't remember if that guy is a prospect that was picked up recently last year. That looks like a familiar name. I think he was a top five camper out of the Southeast. So if that was their pickup, that's a good one. Could be the name being reused, but I do recall that name. Ronnie Ravenel, that's a good name. We'll see how Waldrop's doing. He misses his first shot already. And Waldrop, he's making his presence felt. That's his first jumper. It's a deep one, not a three. Showing his range. And I really don't know who's going to win this one. I mean, based on some of the recruiting, I think I've seen Georgia pick up a couple good players. Utah State, Not too sure what they were up to. I know the owner was decent, licensed start. He had to quit the league, but Utah State had some players. They may have upset me in a tournament in the Mountain West with San Diego State. So can't hate on them at the moment. But we are in this final here. We got Georgia, Utah State. This is the Cancun Challenge, the final at the Hard Rock Hotel of the CBGM. CBGM is College Basketball General Manager, hosted by GM Games. GM Games is a network dedicated to sports management games, games just like these and only like these games. The website's filled with a database that talks about each of these games, has photos, descriptions, release dates. It has a top 200 of all time in terms of user rating. People are submitting their votes on the website all the time. So this is the flagship league of GM Games, and that flagship league is with the simulator from Draft Day Sports. There could be a lot of other games that could be run from out of the park baseball to Football Manager 21. In this case, we're working with a simulator that we've never seen a league run of its size. With over 130 active owners, we're looking to crank it up to as many as we can. Going over 200 would just be incredible. Seems like we've almost plateaued a little bit based on this version of the game, but this universe plans to stick around for a while. And I'm excited to continue to run this league as long as I possibly can. Also, as well, looking to import this league as we go into other versions. So, being part of this league and understanding the game, and if you love basketball and college basketball, intentions to be around as long as possible. I mean, only great things come from consistency, and that consistency is what we're up to. Hardly miss anything per night. Um, Schedule's running smooth. So again, we do these invitational tournaments. We got this one. Georgia's up 11 here in the Cancun Challenge. They're fun. It's a bit random about how they're selected, but that's you know, whoever gets invited to them gets a chance to appear. In this case, we don't have owners for these teams. We did up until this year. Big Mike and Licensed Start ran these teams. It would have been a couple of human owners in it, but in this particular case, it is the AI now. Yeah, I put the Villanova 31-1. That's definitely a funny one. Actually, I can even change that while it's happening. So good catch. Unfortunately, by the next time I sim, it's already going to be something else. So I believe it's 3-1. I just updated that. Thanks for spotting on the next loop. That should be a-okay. But it would be funny as heck if Villanova had played that many games. All right, so we're almost at halftime here. We got Georgia up 10 in the Cancun Challenge final. So definitely on the recruiting reveal day, we have sometimes 30 live people on the stream. Definitely the most popular part of the league. Um, and these games, there's not a lot of relevance to people unless they were in the tournament or they want to scout some teams or it's their own team. That's pretty much what brings people to watch these ones. But what we do though is these games are stored outside of Twitch. It allows people to have an archive to go look at the tournament games from the past. We do that for our Final Four. We do it for our final. Um, and that allows a lot of legacy and history and tradition to come through. And so that's part of what this league's about is having timeless content. And we're at the half. We got Georgia, the SEC, showing the Mountain West what's up. Ronnie Ravenel is making his presence felt. 2 of 2 from 3, balanced offense for him. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Now, one thing that's interesting to see about these teams is what they're running. So we got Georgia looked like they were running the Princeton. We got Utah State running the Princeton back the other way. So these are two offenses they want to use at most of the time. Man-to-man defense is the preferred defense here. And we got Georgia up 15 points. SEC's repping. Hey, Cavs, sorry about the outcome in that last one, but definitely, I think more wins for a conference. I don't know how the prestige goes up based on what, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, I can't complain seeing the Big East win either, but it is one of those things. Waldrop's stepping up here. He's got 10, hits a big three. Oh, quick answer with a 4-point play from Crawford. So as soon as I got amped up for that one, it was shut down, and Georgia iced that run there. Waldrop, though, is showing he's a gamer. They're down 10. He's firing. He's not shy. Now, what's Utah State going to do to get back in this game? Run more Princeton. That's what it looks like. Princeton and man-to-man D. It looks like both these teams are just trading the same offense, defense, going back and forth. The flex offense. 5 out here for Georgia. Ravenel is their best player tonight. Oh, they're up 16. It's not looking great. And this is like the great time when the game decides to choke based on the, I don't know, tons of stats going on or something, but shouldn't do that. I got a pretty expensive MacBook, so I gotta look into what the heck is going on. Damon Waldrop turnovers, so he is not carrying his team. Uh, had a hot run earlier, but is not getting it done now. This one looks just about over here. I don't know if Utah State will be able to make a comeback run. McCulpin's showing his skills here. I believe, and if Cavs are still in the chat, I think that's one of those guys that were in the Southeast in the camp. I think South Alabama had him on a list. Made the mistake of inviting him to South Alabama, which then didn't work out too well after that. He rejected the campus visit, didn't feel good about it. This game is stolen. Come on. I'm not sure why it's just really choppy in the second half. First half was great. Ravenel, though, gets an overlay on the left side. 20 points tonight. And it doesn't look like Georgia did much except just, well, they did quite a bit on their defensive end. Contained Utah State to 31% shooting while shooting 60% themselves. So for Utah State, that's it's pretty ugly. something they're going to have to look at in their team, not a human team. So who knows what they do to try to fix that one. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, so recruiting at a small school, I would say there are things that are deal breakers. There are things that actually do bring excitement. So what I would say is that depending on if you're who you're pursuing, so if you're a small school and you're trying an international, I think it doesn't hurt to actually go and spend that money, try to get them to campus. They'll probably say no anyway. The ones that do end up kind of warming up over the course of time, they could like your school. There are many that won't. So I know with a couple of the examples I have at Prairie View, with Zarita and Jigovic came right away. These guys, looking at Jigovic, she's not even that much to you know talk, brag about. But he could have been one of my only recruits. Obviously, the SAT scores helped Prairie View situation, and of course, you were Alabama A&M, so you were right nearby. It's tough to say. There's not a lot of, I don't know. Right now, a lot of these students are passing, so I didn't project that. So much so that I wrote Gary a communication. I did ask him, does it seem weird that there was only maybe one or two verbals at the end of the LOI emails out of the top 500? I think that seems really low. I remember last year there maybe being about, I don't know, I could have counted 12. So it's a bit bizarre. Now that only really benefits these schools with really small SAT scores. Everyone else is just happy to have players. And the Toasters are just backing up with warnings to the ref. So this game needs to get going. And we're almost done um, and wrapped up here at the end of the Cancun Challenge. After this, I'm going to stop the stream, render a video. Not the greatest video since considering there's no background music and choppy gaming here. But that will wrap it up, and then I'll advance the league to the 27th. And by that time, we'll then put that out there for the next invitational tournaments. But we're almost done, and now we're wrapped up. That was a lot of queued up toasters. Okay, so 14-point win, Georgia. And just want to say thanks for the people that made it to the chat, had a look. Kev, double Kevs all over. Breeze, the regulars desired. Thanks to everybody. But that's the wrap up. I'm gonna go just show the box score, and then I'm gonna get to simulating the rest of the games. Ravenel played great, and they're the winners of the Cancun Challenge. So thanks everybody for joining tonight, and hope you have a great night.